Hello everybody, Camelia here. Welcome back to a new Patrones magazine flip through. Today we are going to take a look at Patrones 472. This is a little bit, I think, like a pre-fall issue. So we are going to take a look. I will tell you that there are some really nice patterns. And again, I'm using the digital version of Patrones, and as you might know by now, if you're for a while here on the channel, you can download the Patrones app in the App Store, the Apple and the Google Play Store, and also the patterns you need to download pattern by pattern. Of course, if you buy the issues, you have all the patterns that you have in the normal Patrones magazine in the paper version. And each pattern is on 9 A4 pages that you have to print out, tape together, and then you have to trace your patterns because they are stacked onto each other. And also there are no seam allowances included in the Patrones magazine sewing patterns. So with that being said, let's go on. Oh, of course, don't forget to like the video, and if you like the content, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, so we see already on the cover here, we see a really, how should I say? We see a blouse and a skirt, and I'll tell you, I'll start with complaining, not really. But this is a skirt, of course. This skirt, if you look at it, is of course one of those skirts that they are made, of course, they are knitted together, they are not sewn together. But again, when I'm taking a look at Patrones magazine patterns, I really use them more as an inspiration, and if I really like a pattern, I will print it and take a look at it, but always try to put the details that I see here in Patrones in other patterns that I really know the fit, because to be honest, I don't really trust this. Also because the patterns that we are seeing in the magazine, they're actually, or the patterns, the garments, they are ready to wear garments, and they are not sewn actually with the patterns that we are getting in the magazine. So that's a little bit of a put off for me, but there is always great inspiration for to find in these magazines. So here you can see an overview. This is for the kids what we get this month. All these dresses look the same, but we can see here a little bit of denim inspiration, some really cool dresses, pants, shirts, everything a little bit. So let's take a look. Okay, the pattern of the month is this one. It's not a one shoulder dress because, or it is whatever, or she's just wearing it like this. Let's see, you can take a look here at the technical drawing. We see a pleat in the front, and to be honest, I did take a look at the pattern pieces, and this is looking almost like a raglan style with a very wide neckline. So yeah, this is what it is. Of course, you should always make a toile in general speaking, but for Patrones magazine even more, make a toile. Even if you know your size in Patrones magazine, I always highly recommend in these patterns to make a test garment. So next we have this really pretty skirt here, beautiful fabric. We can take a look a little bit closer. From what I can see here in the picture, there is also an elastic under that belt. So there are some, let's take a look a little bit here to the garment. We can see here there is some elastic at the bottom of the sleeve. You can always make a rectangle and just gather the sleeve into that rectangle to make like a cuff, a little bit wider cuff with two little buttons as you have here in the front. I think it will look even nicer in a dress like this. So very easy to add a cuff. Definitely you have to think about the length of the sleeve if you are adding a cuff, let's say 5 centimeters or something like that. Maybe you need to make then the sleeve a little bit shorter. We can see here in the back, this is also raglan sleeve style and is finished with, what is that, a little bit of stand-up collar. We can see it a little bit better here. I really like those little buttons. So yeah, very sweet dress. The buttons, they are going only till the waist here. And I don't think there is a zipper because this being on elastic is very easy to put on and off. All right, take my pen away. So that was dress number 2. Next we have a dress outer that I really like how this dress is looking. We can see here a technical drawing. There are no gathers in the front there at the center, at the neckline here. They do look, I think there are no gathers there. Let's see, let's take a look at the, here is the garment. Well, there are no gathers there. It does look a little bit crinkly, but I think the person who made the technical drawing was thinking, well, there are some gathers there. There are not. We do have gathers. Let's see. Oops. We do have gathers here into this side panel, or not, because you know I hate it. I mean, I wonder why they don't do this good. It does look, if we take a look at the here, it does look like there are gathers happening here, or this is happening just because of that drawstring going on here. I am not sure, but of course this will be easy to discover in the pattern pieces and in the instructions. Also, they advise for this cotton jersey, although I'm pretty sure this dress is made in a crepe or something like that. We can definitely see the structure of the fabric. And why I don't think this is a knit fabric, also because it's a very small hem used here, and most of the time in a, here you can also see it's a very small turned up hem here. And usually in a jersey garment you always see a double needle something on the outside on the hems and stuff like that, and this is actually definitely not looking like a cotton jersey dress. At least this is what I'm thinking. So more like a crepe, but if you were to make this one, and it does have a little slit here in the back, as you can see. So if you were to make this one out of woven, although I think it's supposed to be for, I don't know, they're asking for jersey knit, so I'm not sure. But if I was to make this one in a woven, of course, test garment and all that, I'll definitely add a longer zipper in the center back. But if they used their pattern block for a knit, you should definitely make this one in a knit. I do like the dress. It's really interesting, actually, the pattern pieces, and I don't really want to go to that page because I don't want my tablet to go crazy. Actually, the let's see, this is actually cut on to the front like this, and then you have, so this will be, let's see, oh, I'm terrible at drawing. This will be here the neckline and stuff like that, and here this will be the front, and you have a single piece for the back, and then you have that insertion here. So my drawing should be something like this, and then you have this insertion here to the side. It's interesting, definitely something to try. And my only problem, not problem, but my only consideration with this will be how long is this armhole here. So let's see here, you know, in order to be able to move in a jersey, it will be definitely easy to move, but that is not too low, you know, to show everything underneath. All right, this was dress number 3. Okay, here we have a mini dress. This one is made in, what is this? It's a cotton something wool blend. Very, very pretty, very, very short. Definitely you can make it longer. There are some nice darts in the back here for great shaping. I love this color, and you can see that her darts are going to the sky, but we don't talk about those. And if you wonder what do you mean, well, on this girl the dart could come just a little bit, not so low as a little bit between what you see here, but of course these ones are not made to measure. Also, I like the cap sleeves here, is also very pretty, and I do like it. I think this one, you know, this one would be also nice, and we see this everywhere now, even as a vest. So you cut it, let's see, I want to bring this a little bit here like this. So I really love that neckline. So if I was to make this one, I'll just chop it here, and you have a really pretty vest, or even make it with a point like you have like a real vest. Oh, that would be really pretty. And then you get that really nice neckline with a really pretty cap sleeves, but you have it as a vest to wear it over a skirt or with jeans or whatever. So this is definitely a really pretty vest pattern, absolutely, and very easy to change, to make it shorter and add that V at the front. Here we have another dress, and I will tell you that I was very excited about this dress. I really like it. At least how it's looking on this girl, very, very pretty. There is a nice detail here on the sleeve. Why they did make it like this? Ooh, this is just stupid. We can see it here a bit better. As you can see here, there is actually the sleeve is going into an inverted pleat here. Very, very nice. My only problem with this dress is that it's really not looking like, or the technical drawing is not looking like the dress. And you will say, what? It really does. Well, it really does not. I'm seeing the technical drawing here, and in my head, this dart here, the first dart next to the center front, or the closest one to the center front, is a really long dart where is also happening a sort of pleat or something, I don't know. Let's see. You can see it here. Actually, those pleats are getting formed for these darts. Do you see how this looks? So if you are watching here on the dress, the longer dart definitely this is the longer dart. You can really see that it's really sewn from here over the waist and down over the high hip, and here this one is a little bit shorter. But in the technical drawing, actually, you have the really long one next to the center front and the shorter one next to the side seam. So to be honest, and I did take a look at the pattern pieces, and the darts are also reversed from what we see, or at least in the technical drawing in the instructions. So I wonder which one it is. Definitely pay attention to that. But the dress is very, very pretty. And I hope the pattern matches the dress a little bit. Well, we have this skirt here. I have definitely nothing to say about this one. Ooh, this one is just a mess. I don't like that really wide waistband with the elastic, and it's supposed to be like a paper bag waist style line. This is just a big mess. No, I have nothing to say about skirt number 6. So we are going to go on with this really pretty blouse. Very nice. There is also a tutorial on this one. Yeah, it's just a shirt. The only thing is in this one, of course, the challenge will be working with this kind of fabric, and not even working with this fabric, but actually interfacing all those pieces. If I was to make this one, I don't know if I would use per se interfacing like just standard fusible interfacing, but I'll probably use a little bit of silk organza in a color close to what my fabric is, and maybe you could always use 2 layers if you need more stability for your buttons or something like that, or like soft cotton. It really depends the color what you have on hand and what you can combine with. So definitely you cannot just stick some interfacing on fabric like this. But there are a lot of options for this. We don't get the pants. It's not a pity. We have a lot of pants in Patrones, but we do get these jeans, which are really, really long. I have nothing to say about these jeans. They are really long-waisted also. A wide leg jeans. Yeah, nothing. Just boring. Let's see the I mean, if you take a look at the technical drawing, you'll say, well, it's an oversized shirt with really long sleeves. But if I'm looking at those sleeves, this is just 10 sizes too big. Everything is, well, you know how you can say that this is just the style and that the thing is not big. You can definitely see that on the color. The color is really her size. As you can see, it's really close to the neckline here. Probably you could definitely just close it nicely here next to the neckline. So I will say that the style is just really, really oversized, but this is a lot of fabric. This is just really, really big. But it's the correct size because you can definitely see that on her color. Well, whatever. Let's go on. Ooh, this is a really pretty shirt and a pretty pair of pants. There are just some really gorgeous details in this blouse. I think those sleeves could be just a tiny bit smaller, but it's a very, very pretty blouse. If you're on my Instagram, and if you're not, please go there. Try to subscribe there also, or to follow me on Instagram. I have there, did I post a dress? Oh, I think I didn't. I did post another dress from Sober It from this last week. But I have, that one is on Minerva. I have a dress with pin tucks, a really, really pretty dress. And pin tucks are just really fun to make and very, very easy. And this blouse has a lot of pin tucks. As you can see, it has this, I don't know if the fabric, I suppose the fabric was prepared like this. It wasn't like this. As you can see, there are a lot of horizontal pin tucks. And then here they have also some extra darts. So this is just beautiful. I really love it. Only I find that it's just a little bit too much volume on those sleeves. The insertions with lace is just beautiful. Nice details. Only for me, it's just a little bit too much volume in those sleeves. The pants are also very pretty with all that lace going on here. Of course, this is a designer pant. Very, very nice. Yeah, nothing to say more than that. I really like this lace work at the bottom here. It's a pretty pair of pants. Yes. All right. Then we have this one here. What is this? This is a quilted jacket, and apparently there is also a tutorial. When I checked this one this morning, it wasn't working yet. If you're looking for a pattern, this one, it's a very simple one. It's great, of course, for fabric like that. Nothing to say more about this one. Oh, here we have this dress. I missed this dress. I was looking at the instructions and I was thinking, what? I could not see this one. Not that I'm going to make it very fast. A lot of shearing going on, a lot of gathering going on here. Well, let's go back. A pretty skirt, but you know, it's not for everyone. What do we get next? Next, we have skirt number 15, which is just a pre-printed fabric with a waistband. I really love the color. Here we have a wrap blouse. Also not very excited, but there are some gathers happening here at the shoulder, as you can see. And a flutter sleeve. There's a lot of wrapping around here. I really love the color of the fabric. It's just beautiful. Next we have a blazer. And I don't know if this one has closures. I think it has only that belt. Not a lot to say about this one either. So I'm just going to move on. We have a parka with some really interesting embroidery happening here on the back. Here you can see the technical drawing, which looks really promising. There are some nice details. There are a lot of top stitching going on. And of course, because everyone would wear something like this, we have this parka going with this really pretty dress, slip dress, which is a pity that we cannot see better. Yeah, it's so stupid. Yeah. Yeah, this one is really nice. It's a really nice, I don't know if it's cut on the bias, probably. But it's just a beautiful one. It's just a pity that they don't show us the pictures better. Well, these pants, they do look a lot like the pants from earlier, you know. Pleated pants, nothing to say about these ones. And I am intrigued about this, we don't get this one, about this tank top here, which, as you can see, let's take all these lines away, it has, I think, or at least it looks like this because it's a little transparent, like a little organza insertion here around the neckline. It's just beautiful. I'm pretty sure it is incorporated into that tank top. That's beautiful. I like that. And we also have another blazer. Yep. No, not a lot to say about that one. Then we have this really gorgeous dress here. This one is really nice. The skirt part of this one is cut on the bias, and then you have all these lace insertions going on here. Very, very nice. And there are some little darts under the bust, if I'm not mistaken. This one is a really pretty one. I wish I had a picture of the back. Oh, the pant, the shoes are horrible. Yeah, dress number 21, very pretty. Next we get to some other dresses. Here we have dress number 22. This is a silk dress. And they give us some options here. As you can see here, I don't know what is it. It should be a zipper in the front or something. There are pockets, there are really wide cuffs, but again, I really hated that why they don't make their own garments from these patterns. I would love to see those. And I think that if they decide one time to do that, they will be really, and the patterns will be good. They will have a lot of people sewing with their patterns, because this is also a beautiful dress. But again, I mean, yeah. Here we have another one. This one is made also in a silk crepe. For this one, of course, you need something really light and very flowy. There are some gathers happening around the neckline, again a raglan style, and these sleeves, they are really long. Let's see. Yeah, long one. Okay, next. Here we have another, this is an organza dress. This one is also cut on the bias, definitely necessary, because it's so form-fitting. Beautiful fabric, of course, gorgeous. A little bit too high up against the neck for my taste. Here, dress number 25 is again a very cool one. I was thinking first that it was a jumpsuit, but it's actually a dress. And as you can see here, there are a lot of things going on. There are some panels going on here on the skirt. We have a yoke coming to the front, really beautiful neckline, and that twist or something, what it is, in the front. Very pretty. Yeah, next we get to the white shirt, and we get a really crazy white shirt. I don't know where you can wear that. Probably not nowhere where you can eat, because you have everything in your food. You can see here the I wonder, you know what I wonder? I just realized now, actually the front of this, but because the sleeves are just so huge, I did not even see. The front of this skirt is just, of the blouse is just stopping, it's a little bit cropped even. And I think the back is actually really long, and the same is for those sleeves. Yeah, the back is definitely long. So, yeah, there's a little bit of gathering happening on the sleeves there. Yeah, that's a lot of blouse. And then we have the skirt, which I said, this one, what you're seeing here, you'll never get this result, because this is something, is made with a machine. It's not a sewn garment. But they say that you can use some jersey, cotton jersey, pleated, whatever, where you pleat that, and then with some ribbing for those bands. So I would say definitely this is not something that you achieve really easily with fabric at your home. Then we have a really simple shirt here, shirt number 28. There's definitely nothing to say about this one. Then another one which is almost the same as the other one, but this one is a little bit longer, a white shirt and a pencil skirt. Nothing spectacular here. We have another interesting one here with all these insertions here at the center front. Beautiful. I really like also the cuffs. This one has some nice details, absolutely. Although here also is a little bit interesting. As you can see here in the technical drawing, we can definitely see color stand, the color from what is sitting here. But then if I'm watching to this girl, I think it's a stand-up color or something like that. I'm not sure which version we get. And we have a pair of pants, a little bit cargo pants combination with barrel pants style. Yeah. They did add a pocket here, I think. Don't do that on your pants. It's going to look really stupid. Anyway, they are not really cool. Then, oh, now I just realized this is actually the denim part is for the plus size of this month, but it's a little bit disappointing. And I'll tell you what, I mean, we have here this really pretty dress, we all know this dress, but they give us this one and they say that this dress is looking like that one. No, it's not. Um, this is really nothing. These are actually in one piece. So I think you have one piece for the back and one piece for the front, and then you just have here two long dart pleats on the shoulders, and for the rest it's just a straight dress. It's very, very disappointing. The same is for this jumpsuit here, and my only problem with this one will definitely be this armhole, which is really open and low. So be careful when you make this one that you still can move freely your arms. Of course, thinking also about the length of the crotch here, front and back, definitely. Next, oh, I feel really sorry that this one is for plus size now. This is also a very pretty dress. The pattern pieces are also a little bit interesting, a little bit different than what you'll expect from a dress like this. But this one is also very nice. Maybe that neckline, drop it just a little bit. I've had a thing that is really, really high. And another nice pattern is pattern number 36. Also this one is a jumpsuit with some interesting side tie here. Also very pretty. Absolutely. All this for plus size. Anyway, it's better that we got what we got these last issues. And then for the kids, we have some really simple patterns, I would say. Well, this one has some smoking going on around the neckline, which is definitely not simple, but that will be a lot of work. Here another one. This one is made in cotton, embroidered cotton, very, very pretty. And another simple one here in double gauze, I think, with some embroidering going on in the front panel. So I think this was it. Let me see. Can we see what is going to be next month? Let's take a look. Where is the preview? Preview is here. Ooh. Well, we get some red dresses. I think we get some coats. I'm excited. Some great inspiration from Patrones, of course. So let's take a look at an overview of the patterns, and let's see if there is something to choose this month. Okay, so I will say that I really like this dress here. Absolutely, I really like the shape, but of course, keeping in mind the fabric. This one is really great. This dress here, but then made as a vest, so cut off at the waist, make a bit of shaping for a point to have like a real vest. As a vest would be really nice. The jeans dress also very, very interesting, but again, I'm a little bit confused about those darts, the longer one, the shorter ones, where they go. And I think this dress also is really nice, the pink one. And I think that's about it. Oh, and I will tell you, this one is really nice, the really simple slip dress. So these were my choices, and this was the flip through of Patrones 472. I hope you like it. I hope you found a little bit of sewing inspiration. I need to find the time for sewing. But if you are not on my Instagram, you can go there. I just finished a really pretty dress from Soverit. You can see there in a linen from Minerva. Really, really cool. Don't forget to give thumbs up and leave your opinions here under the video in the comments. It's really, really interesting to read what you're thinking about these patterns. And I will come back here with some other videos. Take care, everyone. Bye.